much, Famdibu. Welcome to episode 3 of season 4 of Confessions of a Consecrated Cutie. Hope you guys had a great week. I had a phenomenal week. If you follow me on socials, you know that. We're going to get right into it because we only have 10 minutes. Our time together is short. Well, I always aim for 10 minutes, but it's always more than that. But you know my heart. You guys know that for season 4, I'm going through the different lessons that God was teaching me, or the conversations we were having about building me in 2024, in the hopes that it will change your life as much as it is changing mine continually, and changed mine as well. So today we're going to be speaking about the importance of seeking the Lord, because not only will He hear you, but He will also answer. Even the things you don't know you needed, He will provide for you. And the scriptures we're going to be reading today is Psalms 34 verse 4 to 10 and Matthew 6 verse 33. Matthew 6 verse 33 is one that we know quite well. So let's start with Psalms 34 verse 4 to 10. All right. So it says, I sought the Lord, and I don't know if you guys know that song that says, I sought the Lord, and He heard, and He answered. This is where it comes from. Psalms 34. Anyways, I sought the Lord, and He answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to Him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear Him, and He delivers them. Taste and see, the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in Him. Fear the Lord, you His holy people, for those who fear Him lack nothing. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. And I want to say that something that I felt trapped to, especially with the last year, is because obviously we make these vision boards or things we want to achieve. And so when we end up not achieving these things, we end up feeling like God didn't answer our prayers, or God didn't give us the things we needed. And we end up not seeing the blessings that God has given us. Because literally here it says, taste and see the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in Him. And then it also says that the lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. The thing is, the things that we may deem important are, in the grand scheme of things, don't actually mean very little. They actually mean very little. So for me personally, something that will, always tussle me, the thing that will always tussle me is finances. And literally, the finances are the least in God's kingdom, first of all. And because I didn't have finances like I thought I should by the end of the year, I overlooked all the times that God delivered me, all the times that God answered me and answered my prayers. And that's why it was so important for me to go back throughout the whole year and see the times which God was talking to me, and see how God was changing me and making me essentially become the person who He needs me to be today, but also the person who is able to handle all that He has planned for me. The thing I want to re-emphasize is definitely that those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. And also the poor man called, and the Lord heard him, and He saved him out of all his troubles. In as much as financially it's not delicious, I've never lacked for anything, and God is continually providing for me, even sometimes in ways that I didn't think that it would be possible for Him. Not possible, I mean, if anything is possible with Him, but in ways that I didn't think it would be possible to be provided for. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense to you guys. And the other important thing is, I sought the Lord, and He answered, and He delivered me from all my fears. Something that I definitely I'm grateful for is God taking me out of the previous place of employment that I was in, because whenever, already in January, the only thing that was keeping me going is genuinely Jesus, because that place was really, 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 really taking a toll on me emotionally, and also just changing who I am as a person. And I felt like it was going to take away from me but I wasn't ready to leave yet because of finances. And I was praying, God, please get me out of here, get me. He got me out of there. I tell you what, was it the way I imagined? Nope. Matthew 6 verse 33. This one is the New International Version, says, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. And the New Living Translation says, which is my preferred version, says, seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and he will give you everything you need. And something I want to emphasize today with, God delivering us, and with God delivering us, God saving us, and lacking nothing. Sometimes you don't even know what you need. Let's be real. Sometimes you don't even know the things that you need. And I'll make an example to be like, I never had a dream of doing social media for a TV show. That's something that happened after me losing the other job. I love interviewing people. That's part of what I do with Helang Media. But I've never been front facing per se, and I've never been working with people that I didn't already have some sort of initial relationship with. So with the show, I was interviewing like people that I'm like, this is a legend. This is a legend. I was interviewing people that I was feeling like, this is a legend. And I know that is something that I didn't know that I needed, but it's something that opened my eyes to the fact to how capable I am, and also gave me practice that I feel like I need for the direction we're going, and to just be secure in who I am and who God made me to be, and know that like my talent got it. And I didn't know that I needed that. And that's something that I wrote about in my journal yesterday, that like some of the things that I got from last year that are non-financial build me so much that they made me exactly who I need to be for the direction that God is trying to take me. So the most important thing, going back to episode 2 of Abide in Him, the most important thing that you need to focus on is focusing on seeking God's kingdom. Another example I'll make is when I was done with season 3, I was like, season 3 of Confessions was really a good one, because like I was really, really in my bag with Jesus, and I didn't know what I'm going to come back and speak to you guys about. And I was like, I'm not going to come back and speak to you guys unless I know what I'm going to come back and speak to you guys about. And so literally, I wasn't even looking for what we're going to talk about in season 4. I was literally just like, you know what, let me just spend time with God. Let me use this time to spend intentional time with God, and to just hear from Him, to just reflect fully on the year, just hearing from Him and seeing how much He's carried me and how faithful He's been through this year. It may not have looked the way I imagined it to look, but it actually might have been even better than what I think, because I'm not delving into every single detail of how He's been there. And that's how we have the topics of the season. Literally, that's how we have the topics of the season. I wasn't trying to chase topics of what we're going to discuss. I was chasing my relationship with God, and then there we go. I got what I needed out of that. So I just want to say that, like, similar to last week where I was saying abide in God, just seek first the kingdom of God. Prioritize spending time with Him. Prioritize reading the Bible. Prioritize going to church. Like, let's go to church. It's raining. Yes, it's raining. We're gonna get rain of it, but like, go to church. Like, yes, you don't know anybody there yet, but how will you know anybody if you're hardly ever there? You're hardly ever there. You want community. You're praying for godly relationship. You're praying for godly friends. You're never there. How can the people find you? How can you find these people? You're never there. And community is very important. It's very important for holding you accountability. Holding you accountable. But also another thing with me personally is community. Iron sharpens iron. There have been so many times where I just want to quit. I don't want to do this anymore. And then the same community reminds me of God's promises. The same community disciples me when I don't know what to pray. The same community prays with me. Church is extremely important. Just gathering in God's presence. hearing what God has to say for you in the season that you're in, submitting to spiritual authority, because like you don't know it all, especially like when you're still a growing Christian, which I still am until I die. When you're still a growing Christian, you need a place to go to be able to ask those difficult questions. And it's in as much as like social media, yes, we do have people who share the word, but you don't have an intimate relationship with these people. You can't go to them and ask them to pray for you. There are so many messages maybe they get, so many DMs maybe that they get, maybe they miss your DMs. There's no form of discipleship that can help you grow and nurture your own personal relationship with God the way it can be done through church, through home cell, through small groups. I don't know what you call yours, but that's what I want to say today, that seek first the kingdom of God above everything else, and he will give you everything you need. And you won't always know what you need, but he always knows what you need. So just continue spending time with him. Maybe what you need, maybe you don't need money, maybe you need an attitude adjustment. How about that? Maybe you don't need money, maybe you need to be consistent with the things you do. Maybe you don't need money. Maybe what you actually need to do is be a person who keeps the promises that they make to themselves and the promises that they make to God. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe that's what you need in 2025. Maybe you don't need the finances. Maybe that's what you need, an attitude adjustment. Maybe that's what you need, you know? So yeah, that's it from me today. Seek first the kingdom of God above all else, and he will give you everything that you need, or everything else will be added onto you. So keep the main thing, and everything else, the needs that you know you need and the ones you don't need, will be added onto you. But you need to seek first his kingdom, and then the rest of these things will fall, because everything else doesn't matter. Eternity is forever. This life thing is very short. Let's stop focusing on things that are we going to leave on the earth, that are going to expire, deteriorate. They're going to fight over the inheritance anyways. They're gonna say bani unalived you, etc. You're gonna be eternal in heaven. So that's why you should seek first his kingdom, because that's the most important thing. Your soul is the most important thing, bro. That's the most important thing. The money, you know. And as long as you do the right thing, you're gonna be grand, bro. That's it from me. This felt longer than 10 minutes. You guys already know what it is. Okay. See you guys this week or next week. Bye.